So Moment's acting very calm, and it's worrying me.
All right, let's talk about this.
Yeah,
let's talk about this kind of a surprise announcement.
Yeah, so Telltale, and I think this is kind of traditional for them, where they come out of nowhere and be like, guess what? We're making this game. Like,
look what we got.
When they made Borderlands, they did that. When they made The Walking Dead, they did that.
Minecraft was
the same thing. So they tend to just kind of announce, and lately in the last like 4 or 5 years, they started to make bigger titles. So like Walking Dead, Tales from the Borderlands, Game of Thrones.
Thrones was the big one.
Yeah, all those. So they came out and they said, guess what? We're going to make a Batman game, and it's coming out next year. And this, to me, is so great because Rocksteady is now done, apparently, making Batman games. And they did a fantastic job with Asylum, City, and Arkham
Knight stuff.
And then if you had an Origins that Warner Brothers did. So they did that sort of take on the Batman universe, and they did a great, fantastic job with it.
Yeah.
Telltale, to me, is going to do an entirely different take because we've played Telltale games before.
Yeah.
They're very different games. But I'm so excited to see what they do with the franchise and with the IP because I think they can do something really fun with it and different.
Do you think they'll go more comic booky? That seems to be like their previous style.
Yeah, I absolutely do. I think they might even go like showing panels and stuff like that, or like I don't know, like that. But I agree with you. I think comic booky. They may go into a more traditional form of Batman, which would be neat.
Yeah, you know what? It also it shocked me because I didn't see this coming, and I think that and I wrote a blog post about all the little things that they showed off, and the first thing I thought of was, okay, Telltale is very good at breaking your heart.
Yeah,
and like look at the end of The Walking Dead. Look at like some of the other really poignant moments in some of their games, and some of it just like cuts you deep. You have to make those decisions where you're just like, I had to sacrifice this person for somebody else. Do we have to go through this again with Batman's dead parents? Like, come on!
I'm very, very excited for the storyline they will be able to produce with Batman. I mean, they have some very iconic villains.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to tell a very good story.
And they talk a little bit even in the trailer. You can watch the trailer on the blog. We have it up there. About the voiceover talking about what a Bruce Wayne, lots of Bruce Wayne talk and how he's one of these guys. So it'll be interesting if you finally get more of a complex story between the Bruce Wayne Batman dichotomy that exists in Gotham.
Yeah, because that's something that Rocksteady didn't do. Rocksteady was just like, he's already Batman. Yeah. Here's what you're figuring out. He's already well into his Batman lore.
And to me, that's more of an interesting story. As a person who likes the Tim Burton Batman movies, I like the fact that Bruce Wayne is actually a real guy, and this is a real person doing these really weird things. Yeah. And I like that kind of dual personality, and that, like you said, in the last games, really didn't exist. It's more about the action. It's all about the Dark Knight being the Dark Knight and rah. But I like the personality of it, and I think that's really what's faded a lot. I mean, they tried to bring it back in the movies, which I think they did a pretty decent job at, but to me it's more like Michael Keaton kind of stuff, where he's actually a conflicted man, where he's like, how do you balance everything like that? Obviously, Alfred has a lot to do with it, but a part of me is just like, but on the other side of the coin, very two-facey, do we really need more Batman games? I know you're going to say yes.
Moment says yes.
I get it. He's now, it's like we can't have a Superman movie without having Batman in it. We can't have a moment going by without another Batman thing. I get it. Everybody likes The Dark Knight. How many times do we have to sell the story?
But here's my rebuttal to that. That's why I'm excited that Telltale is doing this, because it's going to be because I know that they will do a very different take on the Batman franchise. Yeah. That's why I am excited for this game. If it was just like, Activision who came out and said, we're going to make a Batman game, I'd be like, I'd still be excited. Don't get me wrong. But I would expect it would be not necessarily the same as Rocksteady, but it would be...
But an open world game.
World, exactly. But Telltale doing it, I'm like, oh, that's much more intriguing. That's like, oh, what are you going to do with it? It's,
like choose your own adventure.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a much more appealing thing to me, especially since we're coming just right off... The Rocksteady game came out this year. Yeah. So, this game will come off next year. So it's good to have something that I think will be completely different.